Hello and welcome to Blockchain Silver, the place where we analyze what in the world is going on in crypto. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin Cash and the Litecoin halving compared. Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It is best to do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, and invest based on your opinion of the market. Cryptocurrency markets are highly speculative and may lose value. Be safe out there. First thing I want to say is I apologize. I haven't put a video up. It's probably been about close to 3 weeks now. I had family in town for the holidays and went back to work. And then I just had some surgery here not too long ago. And I'm organizing a class reunion as well. So I just work on this channel when I have some spare time and I have a good idea that comes to mind. So from here on out, I'm going to try to get at least 1 to 2 videos up per week since the market now is on the move. But I just wanted to apologize to my subscribers. You don't deserve that, and I need to at least get 1 video up a week. But anyways, let's get into it. The market's on the move, and these prices here are from December 17th of 2019 to January 17th of 2020. This was only 30 days. Bitcoin Cash is up 118%. It more than doubled in price. And Litecoin's up 67% from its low of about $37. Bitcoin Cash was logged a low of 177. We'll take a look at it here in a minute. Yeah, then Litecoin is 37, went up to $60 or 61, and then Bitcoin is up about 38%. Now, about this time last year, Litecoin was getting ready for its halving, and it went up about 75% in January of 2019. So let's take a look at that. So Litecoin here. This is Litecoin trading for $56.60. Today is January the 19th, 2020. So what I'm talking about, the 75% is from here to here. That's what Litecoin did. And then, of course, this was the rest of the halving that came. Now, Litecoin's halving, though, wasn't until August. And it rose up until about a month and a half before. Whereas with Bitcoin Cash now, this is Bitcoin Cash trading for $30.30. This here would be December 17th, about $177. And it went all the way up to about $385. I seen as high as $400 on some exchanges. It did all of this in 30 days. I'm just curious. Litecoin did this in about, I think it was January 10th or the 9th was about the lag. I went to $40. So a little less than a month. So maybe 25, 26 days. Bitcoin Cash did this in about exactly 30 days. Bitcoin Cash was probably one of the, I haven't looked at every single coin, but it was probably one of the best performers. And so that one did pretty good. And even last year, I think Bitcoin Cash beat out Litecoin as well. And it wasn't even having its halving. So it did pretty good. And so now if we're just going to look at the two on wave theory. This here. Now this is Litecoin. This would be about December 2018. To June, went from $22.90 to about $146, then came down all the way down to $37.14. Now this was about 6 months, maybe a little over, and this was about 6 months. So usually a wave 3 can be the same in length or less. I think because the halving and stuff is coming, I wouldn't be surprised if it's less, but who knows? If it is 6 months, that might be what we're looking at. And then let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash here in a minute. But this first move, this first wave here for Litecoin, this was about a 6.37x move from the 2290 to the 146. If we saw something similar, usually a 1 and 3 can be similar in the move, the percentage move. The time can be the same, or the wave 3 can be shorter. I've seen them where they're just as long as a wave 1, and I've seen them where they're about half the length. So this could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months. And so then these are your pullbacks here, the wave 2 and the wave 4. And then this here would be the wave 5. So if this was 3 to 6 months, this should be a good year for crypto. This is nothing new. I've been saying this for quite a while. I think 2020 is going to be a really good year. I think this is going to be the year for $100,000 Bitcoin, the year 2020. Now, the year 2021, I think will be a bad year for crypto. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. But now this here is the Bitcoin Cash. If we apply it to Elliott wave or wave theory, starting at about $75 on December 15th, 2018, went to $515. This was in June of 2019. Then came down for about 6 months. And so now same thing. If we get a wave 3, usually they're about same length. Time frame can be the same, or it can be the wave 3 can be a little shorter, and the wave 5 is like lightning. So let's just say, just for the heck of it, if this is 6 months and 6 months, if this is 3 months here, that'd put us into from December to January, February. That'd put us about maybe March. And then if that was April, this could easily be May and June. And now Bitcoin Cash may go well beyond this. It could do this very quickly. We could have a big pullback. 50% corrections are not uncommon on the way up. And this happens quite often. Bitcoin, it's probably hard to see. Actually, I could zoom in a little bit here. But this was the 2013 bull run for Bitcoin. This was a very rapid move. This happened. This is just the month. If you notice, this is November. Just the month of November. That's it. It started at $200 and ended at like 11 something. Well, inside this month, it had a 50% pullback almost, from about 75,000 down to like 37, 38,000. It was like 45 or 46%. I wouldn't be surprised if we seen something like that with Bitcoin Cash. If it goes through all this, then has a very rapid, especially if this is like May or June, and anything can happen. The cards they can fall any way. In 2017, the alts went, then Bitcoin went, then the alts went again afterwards. Will that happen again? I don't know. But right now, I don't think there's a whole shortage of people out there that would disagree with me that the alts are, well, some of the altcoins anyways, that they're beating out Bitcoin. They're performing a lot better. Numbers don't lie. That's why I like using numbers in all my stuff, because the numbers don't lie. People can lie, but the numbers won't. So now Bitcoin may not be finished yet. It may have a great next week, and these other two start to come down. Anything can happen. I know when we look at the RSI on a lot of these. Now this is Bitcoin Cash. I always go by the daily, but so this here is Bitcoin Cash. The daily, it's coming down. And if we look at Bitcoin priced in dollars, same thing. So high, but I've seen them where they come down a little bit, then they come up, and then Bitcoin rises. So these indicators, the only two I use are the commodity channel index and the stock RSI. I pretty much take these with a grain of salt as well, but there is a little bit of validity to them. When it's high, generally good time to sell. When it's low, good time to buy. But see here, and you really want to wait almost till it touches that line again. That's usually a good signal when they're both maxed out like that. But right now Bitcoin's showing it's maxed out. So on the daily. Now on the weekly, whole different thing. It's looking pretty good. We're coming up into some strength. So really anything can happen. And so, but like I was saying, right now, I don't think there's a whole shortage. There's not really a shortage of anybody that would disagree that the alts are showing some strength. So we'll just have to wait and see. Bitcoin may knock it out near the end like it always does. But just comparing what Litecoin did, and it's coming up into its halving, went up about 6.37 times, 6.37x from 2290 to 146. And it may do something similar again since now we got the Bitcoin Cash halving. Bitcoin Cash did a 6.86, this being a wave 1. May do something similar if we'd had another 6.86 move. Well, we'd see maybe $1,000, $1,100, $1,200. Maybe by June, maybe a little before. Could be as early as March, maybe. Hard to say. Like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But just comparing the two, that's about what we're looking at. So I'm long in the market right now. I'm not sitting on the sidelines. So whatever happens, happens. If the market comes down, it comes down. If it goes up, it goes up. So either way, I'm not too worried about it. And so that was it for today. Just comparing the two together. This is what we're looking at. This is what's happened up to about here so far. Now, this all is just my opinion. And with Bitcoin Cash, same thing. This is all just my opinion. But I think it's quite astonishing that Bitcoin Cash went from $177 up to almost pretty much $400 just in 30 days. It took 6 months to do this, and it did it. This was quite rapid. So I wouldn't be surprised if the other ones are pretty quick too. So anything can happen. It's the world of crypto. So be careful out there. And other than that, that's it for today. If you liked the video, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for coming over to Blockchain Silver. And remember to stay safe out there.